What's up, guys? This is your boy, Way Too Smooth of the Dugar Podcast, and I have a special guest here today. Her name is Takia Bennett. How's it going?
Pretty good, pretty good.
So I've known you for a while, you know, uh, and you're a good person to me, and I just felt like it'll be, with everything that's going on, with being progressive and everything in society, and everybody like really like tapping into like finding themselves and being like woke, or like just being one with themselves, with their energy and everything, um even with God or whatever. But I felt it would be important to bring somebody with a little bit of knowledge about that, more so than me, in my opinion. So
Absolutely.
probably a long
Yeah.
explanation into it,
Uh,
but
yeah, so I am a certified Reiki practitioner, which is the energy work that I do. So it's pretty much just like aligning your chakras. And when I explain that to people, they're like, "Oh, what is Reiki? I never heard of it." So I just simply tell them it's all energy work. I just align your chakras and just bring you back into balance with yourself. I definitely think it's important for us, especially during this time, and even the Black community too. I definitely gonna touch on that a little bit. That it's important that we are taking care of ourselves properly. And what I mean by taking care of ourselves properly, there's so many different things that we all can do to help us grow and to heal and to make sure that we are staying sane during this time.
yeah,
Um, Living in a pandemic, still
yeah,
witnessing police brutality, and I always say, like the Black community, we gonna always have trauma.
yeah,
That's just the real of it all. So I definitely want to be in a position to where I can help Black people or brown people to be able to experience like healing and self-care in ways that they can better take care of themselves, because this is a ongoing journey. It's never going to end.
yeah. I agree with that. Then like having people with kind of like the same mindset, or just the knowledge uh
Mhm.
of what that energy, or what that like self-awareness, or that not even self no more, like social awareness is like, that's the step in the right direction, and it's a powerful step,
Yeah.
unified at least, so what else? You I seen on your, man, you got a little card with a list of things that you're doing.
Uh,
Um,
I am a woman of many hats. I am a recent birth doula, so I do help deliver babies. I am also right now training to become a prenatal yoga instructor, so helping mothers, do yoga. I am a Reiki healer, and I'm also a life and mindfulness coach. So I have on many hats.
yeah, so when it comes to that, like that birth yoga, or what was the other one you said, prenatal?
Prenatal yoga.
Okay, prenatal yoga and birth doula. So
Yeah.
what is a birth doula?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's different levels to it. Right now I'm pretty much more so in the beginning stages. So it's like birth doulas, and then you have like your doulas, and then midwives, and it's levels to it, honestly. So I'm pretty much more so in the beginning stages of it all, and I am more so of a support for women
Okay.
or mothers, I should say. So there's resources that they need. They can come to me if they need just someone to be an advocate for them, then that's pretty much what I'm there for. The numbers of what was so it's really all just a spiritual journey for me. Let's
Okay.
just say that. So when I was younger, I had a dream that I was helping deliver babies, and I'm like, okay, is somebody in my family pregnant, or like what's going on? You know?
Yeah.
And it was like questions. Okay, like Lord, why did I have this dream? And then once I got older, I think in high school I had the dream again, And then I didn't think anything of it. I'm in high school, like I'm trying to live my life, you know.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I had the dream a third time. And I'm like, okay, this is the third time I've had this dream. And it's the same dream, the
Wow.
same. Um, and I'm like, okay, what are you telling me? Like now I'm questioning Lord, like, okay, what are you telling me? So I began to be exposed of other Black doulas in the city of Milwaukee. And once I started my journey of wanting to do doula work or birthing work, I should say, I was looking to get trained through someone. Like I am all for my people. Like I
Yeah.
am die hard. Like I love my people. I really do. So I'm like trying to support as many Black businesses as I can. Like that's a real thing for me. So I was doing research on how I can get certified through a Black doula organization in the city of Milwaukee. There is none,
Really?
none, no. Every organization where you can get trained through to be a doula is all white. They started by white women. I said, yeah, this is a mess. I'm gonna just be real and say it. I said, this is a mess. So I have met Black doulas, but they were all trained through a white company. And I said, yeah, I
Yeah.
can't do this. This is ours. We started this. And you mean to tell me I got to get trained through a white woman when this was really ours? Absolutely not. So I was scrolling on Instagram one day and I seen that there's a all Black doula organization. It's called the National Black Doula Association in Atlanta, Georgia. And they were giving out scholarships to become certified as a birth doula. I said, okay, Lord, this is for me. Like I see you aligning everything. I applied, I got it, and now here I am.
I mean, well, you know, like it's no coincidence. I feel that you did see the dream 3 times. You
Yeah.
know, it had to like that's powerful in itself to just go forward with it and not really like run away from it and
Right.
like give into like kind of like the other side, which is fear or whatever. That
Mhm.
you know this may mean something else that won't push you in a positive direction. You know,
Right. Right.
um, but I have another question. So, do you feel this step will help you with kind of like having an impact on the death rate when it comes to Black women giving
Yep.
birth?
Oh yeah, I already know where you're going. Definitely. And I feel like because this is my calling, that's my mission. There's
Okay.
too many women, Black women dying from giving birth, and there's also too many Black babies dying. Um, I I appreciate when I have conversations with other Black doulas and we talk about these things. These are needed conversations. There's too many Black mothers and babies dying. And it's unacceptable how when you look at the numbers of how many white women are having successful pregnancies versus Black women, it don't add up.
Yeah.
Like it, it just doesn't make sense. So I definitely want to make sure that I'm doing my part as a Black woman. And I've always get the questions too, like, well, oh, you're not a mother. How are you able to do this? I don't have to be a mother to understand. You
Nurturing is like
know,
gift
right.
for a woman. You know, I believe a lot. I believe all women have that gift. Some women just
Mm,
amplify theirs better. You know,
yeah.
or you know, show theirs better. But I feel what you brought up was also a good point because Black people do give birth more like at a
Mhm.
greater rate. Like our families are more so
Yeah.
bigger than the average white family. You know,
Mhm.
so like seeing that death toll or seeing that um, death rate for mothers and children babies is like
Mhm.
shocking. You know, I haven't really did too much research in it, but I've heard I've been keeping an eye on it. You know.
Oh yeah. And it's I definitely compare birthing work in the Black community compared to social justice work.
Mm.
It goes hand in hand because because this next generation, I really feel like they finna do it. Like seriously. So if I can step in and make sure that this next generation is coming up, be successful in any way that I possibly can, I'm gonna do that.
That's what's up. How has your family been doing during this pandemic time?
Um, they're thriving. They're thriving. My mother, she is working in the medical field, so she is an essential worker.
Yeah.
Um, my siblings, they are still, well, they have the option. They're in the Brown Deer district, so they have the option of to either attend school in person or to still do online.
Like, how do you feel about the success rate of the like black and brown community compared to the white Asian community when it comes to um, with the virtual learning? Not really being in school or whatever. Like, it is an impact, or do you feel like that's like more so on the parents?
Mm, I guess it really all depends. So if I want to just base this off of my family, I would say that it goes hand in hand. Um, my siblings, they're very much so, well, yeah, they're very much so like extroverts. Like, even myself, I'm an extrovert. I thrive. I need to be around people.
Yeah.
And that's how my siblings are. They have to be around, their peers and their friends and being able to, socialize. I do feel that children now do need to be around other children,
Okay.
people their age. That's how they thrive. It's this thing that's called like a social isolation.
Yeah.
Once they've been isolated from their social life, it mentally messes with them, and it pretty much just decreases their learning ability, wanting to be able to to even do anything. They kind of sort of just fall into a state of depression. And I do feel that now, being virtual, going back to just speaking from my own experience with my family, um it's a bit rough. It's
Yeah.
challenging for them. It is. Are they doing good? Absolutely. They're doing good in school. They're great scholars, but I know for a fact that they have to be around other people their age. They have each other, but
Yeah.
they need other people outside of them, to
Yeah.
much expand. That's how you create your identity.
That's a
That's how
fact.
that's how you know who you are when you're around your peers and other people. You learn yourself. So I think that's
I feel
definitely.
like, well,
Mhm.
go ahead, go ahead. You can finish your thought.
No, no. I was just gonna say I feel it's important that they are around their peers for sure.
Yeah. I feel yeah, in this climate, kids are more like isolated or secluded. That's the word I'm looking for. And like they like it'll make them choose to be more secluded when they get older because they don't know like kind of what's cool and what's not, except what's based on like social media, I guess.
Mhm.
So like if social media telling you what the trends is, then are you really who you are? You know what I mean? Or you just following the wave or whatever. But
Mhm.
what you said was important too, like being around other kids and like just having that social interaction.
Mhm.
It's key. It's the key to life because I don't know when we was growing up, like it wasn't really bullying per se. It was like picking on you, like, oh,
Yep.
you picking on, it didn't sound as bad, what I'm saying?
Right.
But like at the same time, like it was kind of like shaping you to understand that the world ain't full of people that gonna accept you for who you is. You kind of gotta maneuver through that and still be who you are and be comfortable in that. And some of these kids, like man, when they really get a chance or a taste of what life really is about, it might it's gonna be a culture shock for them. Like that
Oh,
that in itself is gonna be it's like a shock. Like wow, this not what I thought it was.
mhm.
But
That's true.
moving forward, so I also wanted to talk to you about um, your medical girls hill. Is that like what all of this adds up to, or is that like something different that you?
Yeah. So it's Melanin Girls Heal.
Mm, I like
And
that.
And it's again just going back to being an advocate for the Black and Brown community. Mainly, my target market for sure is Black and Brown women, but it's for everybody. It is like everyone has to heal.
Yeah.
That's how we become more successful mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically as well. Um, Healing has been important to me in these past couple of years, especially just going through the pandemic. I think that really put us in a state of not necessarily knowing what to do as a community. Because like I said, we're going to always experience trauma. Our ancestors went through it and we're just reliving what they experienced, so as we continue to just live life, we have to be willing to know how we can heal in ways that it will be effective. Sometimes you have people who was like, okay, well, you think about a relationship, you get out of a bad relationship, what do people do? You just let it go and you move on to the next. And then but there's this thing, like once you let it go and move on to the next, you haven't really processed or let that relationship go. Now, energy, that's a real thing. That can be transferred to somebody else, which is a soul tie. And if you are not healing from the previous relationship that was very traumatic for you, and you just jump into something else, that soul, you're still connected to that person. Now you brought that energy into your next relationship. And and you will have the same outcome as you did in the previous relationship because you haven't healed from what you went through. I think healing is an ongoing process. It's never ending. You're going to always have to heal because, like I said, we're going to always experience traumatic events. But if you are taking the right steps to say, okay, I've experienced this, I've went through this, and it hurt me really bad. Now I need to do something about it.
Yeah. So go ahead.
No, that's pretty much what it all is. It's just pretty much helping the Black and Brown community to heal and to just engage in self-care. I think that's important as well, too, that we're taking care of ourselves.
So are you a reader?
Like a tarot card reader?
No, I mean like a book reader.
Books? Oh.
Nah.
I get asked that too.
Some people ask you if you do tarot cards.
No, I don't do the tarot card reading, but I am a reader. I definitely do read.
So like you have like 3 books that you would recommend for the listeners out there.
Oh yeah, I got one right here right now. I was actually just reading it. It's called Medical right here. So this is pretty much talking about the history of Black women giving birth and how they were being like experimented and how they just pretty much treated badly. Like this has been going on for years, like years before my grandmother was born. You know what I'm saying? And it's pretty much just talking about like the history and the medical experience on the Black community, or the mothers, I should say. And it's more so just like colonial times until now. And then I also have a book. It's called Sacreds and Chakras and Self-Care. That's actually a book that I got from Five Below. Five Below got some good books. And then also too, another book, I'm looking here at my bookshelf. Another book that I would recommend for women, it's called Sacred Woman. And then also too, I'm sitting here looking. And then I also have another book. It's called, I want to say it's called 48 Laws of Power. I think I'm saying that right. I can't see it right now. But that's also a good book as well.
So, well, before you do that, do you have like one message? I'm not even gonna say one message, but do you have like an overall message that you really want to like let the people know, like, because I know it's been a lot going on with like social justice and everything, around what's already been going on systematically. So yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. I would just say allow yourself to feel your emotions. If you, I think for especially the Black and Brown community, we were always told that we have to be that we're so strong. So we portray that like we're not really supposed to feel anything. We just got to be strong all the time. And I get that. I understand that completely. When you think about slavery times, you think about even for Black women, when during slavery times, when their children were taken away from them, what they had to do, keep going.
Yeah.
They had to continue to be strong when their husbands were taken and killed. What did they have to do? Keep going. Um, I think it's important that we are allowing ourselves to feel our emotions. And if we're sad, feel that. And if you want to take ever many days to feel those emotions, then that's okay. Um, it's like I always tell, even though I tell my clients, it's okay to be down, but don't stay down too long. Get up, you know. You can feel how you want to feel for however long as you need to, but don't stay in that dark place because the sun's gonna always shine. Even on your worst day, it's gonna always shine. And we have to be positive and think about it that way. So definitely just allowing ourselves to feel our emotions. Be mad, be angry, be frustrated if you want to, but the sun gonna shine. We're gonna get through it.
All right. So yeah, I agree with that. It's never like a really a time length on how to heal. You know,
Mhm.
it's gonna take time. You never know how much it hurt to that person. Um, so tell the people where they can reach you at, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. So my business platforms is Melanin Girls Heal Inc. That's on both Facebook and Instagram. And you can find me on Facebook at Takia Bennett.
All right. It was
Oh,
nice.
and also too,
Oh,
shameless plug. Wait, I'm pulling this. And then, and then you can also visit my website. It's melaningirlshealinc.com. And I have pretty much, you can see my services. I do Reiki. I'm also a life and mindfulness coach. And then I also, I sell products as well. I make my candles. You are the first to hear this, but I'm going to start selling my candles in Sherman Phoenix. And I'm very excited about that.
man, this is up. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank
All
you. So I'm excited about that. So yeah, definitely just check me out.
right. It was nice talking to you today. I'm glad I was able to get your time,
Absolutely.
get some more information on this. Um, y'all will find this episode on the Dugar Podcast Facebook page and YouTube, so make sure you subscribe and also follow Takia Bennett.
Yep, there you go. Thank you.